Welcome. My name is Pomta. I'm back again on Sinks TV. One day, a journalist was standing by the roadside. Suddenly, he heard a car screech and saw a huge crowd gather at the other end of the road. He got to the scene of the accident 5 minutes later, and saw a mammoth crowd, in an apparent circle. He thought to himself, the person down there must have been hit by a car. He decided to investigate further, and tries to force his way through the crowd, but was unsuccessful. His journalistic skills kicked into gear, and he shouted, "Please, make way. I am the son of the victim." The crowd suddenly made way. He got to the center of the crowd's attention and found out that the victim, lying on the ground, was a dog. A rich man bought a new car, a Range Rover Sport. He drives the car only during the day, but the car refuses to move at night. So he requested for the mechanic from the car's company. When the mechanic arrived, the rich man said, "My car refuses to move at night." The mechanic checked the car for 10 minutes. Then he said, "Excuse me, sir, are you sure you're using the right gears?" The rich man replied, "Of course I am. I use D for the day and N at night." And the mechanic said, "D means drive, N means neutral." A guy walked into a bar and demanded to know who was the strongest in there. The toughest guy looked at him and says, "I am the strongest around here." Then the guy, politely, asked, "Can you help me push my car to the gas station?" A religious man stops a taxi, entered it and said, "Please turn off the radio, for in the time of the Prophet, there was no radio, and my religion decreed that I should not listen to it, especially the secular music. This is because they sing of their infidelity and all." The taxi driver turned off the radio, came down and opened the door for the man, and said, "In the time of the prophets, there was no car. So please come down, and wait for a camel." One day, I attended a birthday party, with a gathering of about 30 people. I sat at the front seat. A lady started distributing food. She started from the back and unfortunately, it didn't get to us sitting at the front. Another lady started sharing the drinks. She started from the front, but unfortunately I had already moved to sit at the back. Again the drink didn't get to me. I was so furious that I stood up to take my leave, but then I saw 3 ladies, each with a big bowl. This time, I tried to be wise by sitting at the middle. One of the ladies started the sharing from the front, the second lady started distributing from the back. The 2 ladies were sharing fried turkey. When they got to the middle where I was seated, it got finished again. Feeling so frustrated, I bent my head, putting my face in my hands. But then, the third lady tapped me, and stretched her bowl, for me to pick. I stretched, and put my hands inside the bowl. Guess what was in the bowl? Toothpicks. A boy went for an exam, and was asked the past tense of think. He wrote thinked. When he came out of the hall, his friend asked, "How was the exam?" The boy said, "It was easy, I was asked the past tense of think." The friend asked, "And what did you write?" The boy said, "After so many trials, I thought and thought and thought. And I wrote thinked." There was a man who had 2 dogs, named Common Sense and Trouble. He always brought his dogs to the park every evening. One day, he only brought Trouble to the park, and left Common Sense at home. While the man was so happy playing football with his friends, Trouble disappeared. The man was so sad and panicky. He looked for his dog everywhere but could not find it. A lady realized it, and asked the man, "What are you looking for?" The man replied, "I'm looking for Trouble." "Pardon?" said the lady. The man replied in a higher tone, "I am looking for Trouble." The lady was annoyed, and asked, "Where's your common sense?" The man whose mind was only about his dogs answered, "At home." One day, a bus was running late, and the conductor had to end his shift early. So he told the driver to skip a few stops to get to the depot quickly. The driver agrees. However, at the next stop, an old man with a walker is slowly walking towards the bus, signaling the driver to wait. The conductor, however, is extremely impatient and shouts at the driver to skip the stop. The driver declines, and the conductor pushes him away and drives off, but in the process, the old man gets hit by the bus and dies. The conductor is then arrested by the police and taken to court, where he is given a death sentence and is to be executed by the electric chair. Now, in his city, is a rule where if a criminal survives the electric chair thrice, he will be free to go. However, no one had survived after the first try. The conductor is made to sit on the electric chair, and the executioner asks him if he has any last wishes. The conductor said, "I'd like to have one lemon." He is given, and eats it. The executioner starts the electric chair, but nothing happens to the conductor. Confused, he is taken back to his cell, and a mechanic is called to fix the chair. However, he says there is no fault in it. The conductor is called again, and asked again if he had any last wishes, and he asks for a lemon again. He eats the lemon, and the executioner starts the chair again. Again, nothing happens. This news spreads in the city like wildfire, and the media is going crazy over this amazing feat. For the last time, the conductor is brought in again, and again wishes for a lemon. He eats it, and the electric chair fails to work on him for a third time. Everyone is shocked, and the conductor is allowed to leave freely. Upon exiting the prison, the media immediately bombards him with one question: what is the secret of the lemon? He takes the mic and says, "Absolutely nothing." "Then how did you not die by the electric chair?" they ask. Smiling, he replies, "That's because I'm a bad conductor." Thank you. Thank you. I'm Pomta. Thank you very much.